front row. We welcome them with a round of applause, please. to bring our thoughts together here. I want to start off by thanking the WNR CETA for bringing us here today to talk about SMME capacitation. We're going to do two formal things, and I am aware that we're in the Northern Cape on Sprat Verskil in the Tala. So later on, when we have to engage, so right now we're going to call on the councillor from Solplaiki Municipality, Councillor JT Gomba, to come in, do opening remarks and also introduce the district mayor. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome him with a round of applause, please.
Thanks, Program Director. Good morning. Colleagues, allow me to say thanks to WNR CETA, to the brains behind the program that we see, Mr. Thabo TV, Francis Bar District Municipality for also identifying Solplaiki to host this event. On behalf of Solplaiki Municipality, I want to say thanks for identifying us as a municipality to host, because we know that this municipality used to be a sparkling municipality. So the gesture that you are giving unto us as a municipality, it's most welcome. We want to take this opportunity to say we hope that the deliberation of today are going to make us turn the corner, because I've went through the ground chart there that we have, and I think the intention is to create competitive entrepreneurs in the district. We have about 5 districts in the province. Francis Bar is the biggest district. Solplaiki Municipality is the biggest local municipality in the province. So we know that the history of Solplaiki will always tell you that we always lead on the issue of the first. We are indeed the first city in Africa, the second in the world to have street lights. We are the first city that was identified to be the first to produce diamonds. As we are saying, we used to attract people to come and work in the undergrounds of Kimberley, which was your Balfontein underground, your Wesselton undergrounds, and so on. But we know that the peers have turned. They said there's no diamonds anymore in the undergrounds. They sold to your Petra. Today is the Camp Jeff that bought the operations of the peers. We have seen the issue of issuing of licenses to the artisanal miners. That history was made in Kimberley again at Maipui, when there was a handover of your licenses to artisan miners, which is an informal operation. But I think what government is saying to us is that we want to formalize the industry of mining, because remember, if it's informal, in other words, it means it's a black market. There's a film that they call it's a black diamond film. When we engage in that operation and not formalize it, it means you can get a diamond and sell it, and you can get killed. But once the process is formalized, you know where to sell it. There's no way that someone is going to kill you. You're looking at the safety, because you cannot work hard to get that precious stone and ultimately lose your life. I think the intention is to say you want to improve the livelihood of your own family. Hence, there's a call from government to say, let's try by all means to formalize it. Hence, we will encourage government to make sure that they pursue other operations to give more grounds to our miners, so that at least that space must grow. We don't want to see a decrease in terms of that space. We want to see that space growing. Colleagues, by saying so, I am welcoming you to the city of Kimberley, the city that is named in terms of the municipality after the first General Secretary of the ANC, Tekisho Plaiki. And I'm told colleagues that I must also bring to the fore the keynote address, which is the district executive mayor. Is a former deputy chairperson of the ANC in this region, Francis Park region. Subsequent to that, he was elected in 2013 as the deputy secretary of this region. And again, on 2017, when the region went to conference, he was reaffirmed as a deputy secretary of this region. And in 2018, when the region realized that they want to strengthen the district, they then identified the comrade to be deployed at the district municipality of Francis Park, which is the biggest district in the province. He is now the executive of Francis Park District Municipality. Allow me to call to the fore executive mayor of Francis Park District Municipality, Ntate Patrick Marekwa, Arikene Muruti, so Aramune le Hofmo.
Tumela, the guy, no thanks, program director. When I entered here, Kibone, Patwako Samaria, the Baku Beef Master. Kabola Arakopa, Lukumei Bui, Arakopola. Deputy Minister could freely find that the permits. Now, what was interesting that day, it was a joyful day in Kimberley. Program director, Banbatuledi Sutu, Batuledi Hempezi in Cha. So we're seated, and one of them, Abare, no, the secretary of the computer has to see me. I think it's a Masai. That's 3/4, 2/4, actually the ball. So I was expecting to the ball compete. But I only got changed and about that since it's a man. I get a like Bonnie Momo. She's formerly from Bartley West. She's a veteran, the ruling party, Kimuti Sink. Kihola Kimutu Mamoa, Ilumamani Tuck Shop. Now, in between Kwatena, Babang Mutimwarona, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Tuck Shop Bejual. Now, what was interesting about her are refuser Holisa Tuck Shop. She's refusing to lease it. Yanga Mota, why or a Hambato Waina? Arginalo hope you have one day tuck shop again to very nice tuck shop, garage, and so. And Gamona into this workshop for a dream will come true now because Gamona workshop. And clicking Bizagalina, through the engagements of workshop, maybe it's so game. Marata more than the Kalatam Hatua, wait till it's in Pushwaro. And let me take the opportunity, Program Director, to greet all the public representatives present here, senior managers of government, senior and all representatives of WNR-CETA, representatives of development finance institutions, the broader membership of Kapabukoni Informal Traders Association, informal traders from the Northern Cape, artisanal, small-scale miners, and all individual informal traders present there in their own capacity. And ladies and gentlemen, today gives us an opportunity to gather here in an open acknowledgement of the all-important role within the South African economy that informal traders play. Hence, we are here duty-bound to step up our efforts in the implementation of varied interventions, holistic capacity building, funding, and other measures in crystallizing opportunities within what is largely perceived as a second economy. Yes, indeed, our informal economy is beyond doubt that buffer between employment and unemployment. And it is critical in eliminating the triple challenges of inequality, poverty, and unemployment. Therefore, I wish to extend our utmost appreciation to the wholesale and retail sector for having unleashed this voyage. Your noble intentions are the antidote for South Africa's economic growth and the yardstick in correcting the wrongs of the past that are best reflected in duality of our economy. Program Director, I'm here today for I was born in a township where many informal trader has blossomed into a complete business person, and yet more needs to be done. We need more in South Africa. The Northern Cape and this district deserves more success cases in bolstering our nationhood. I am from the ruling part of this district, the Northern Cape and the 7 other provinces of South Africa, and I submit that these are the efforts that shall continue to draw acknowledgement of our efforts in extricating the previously disenfranchised from the dark alley economic activity. This occasion bears a mirror reflection of the efforts being undertaken in respect of the upliftment of our informal traders. Ours, in relation to our local economic development scope, is indeed in extending a helping hand in aiding the mobilization efforts of organizations such as Kapabukoni Informal Traders Association. In them being organized, it will be much easier to address the challenges and ensure a conducive environment for their existence in their desired spaces within our townships and central business districts. I think that the Gomba reflected around to say, at some point we need to be converged into the conference of the law. And that the Gomba ka Puyago Samaria, I've been there in more locations. Habariki black market. Where now we back as a whole. But it is a relative period bariki. Bariki ma comment. Ma comment chapata. Now let me tell you what's happening exactly. I want to let the commission mukimba. Bahoraya no. Motago batala swako. Mwana mono mutwa kaute. Anatila wapatala borra. But always amongst yourselves, mutunale momo arakanyin. Always no comment. I get it. The commission la kaute, la huitsuike mo. Atla huitsi lo commission lewa for lo areke mohe. And the problem is what there's always small commission. One commission yani niya. And mtawora for nakero haiti kina middleman. So presang kaya chwan. Hapatal. I be a part or I do demo. Just almost a question or a part. A part for a patal in a crack is smart. A middleman will always tell or no, Ankara Mutia. Reading a Steve, Mutagontra, I don't have a Steve. You commissioner middleman anywhere. So we hope this thing must formalize it. That's already a commission. I must come to an end with those things. But it's also not nice. Yes. How many people committee? Ustrate. Katenu account to Akirabora. Akiraboma. Also, Monton is a tenemo. Ututumoka Mona. Marilla Lati. You all sole. Mutissi, Utukumara. Akusa Maria. So I have experience of knowing these people very well. I also wish to commit myself to ensuring that I establish a direct point of license not all structures representing informal traders who are a government of downtrodden and we care deeply. The plight of the informal trader is that of the brother and sister I know. Never again shall inferiority be visited upon you. Gone are the days of wanton harassment. There is a dawn of consultation and upliftment. We've been the trenches together, hence there is no reason to subject you again to struggle anew. So at least I know. The Francisburg District Municipality will keep playing its role in guiding our 5 local municipalities in the tailoring of policies concerning informal trading. Headways have been made and we shall keep the momentum going. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad that our local economic development office representatives, Mr. Bonolo, is here to share insights and report on informal trading landscapes within the district. But our Africa won't come. Most importantly is for the team to flag the nature of support services as deliverable in respect of commitment to the empowerment of informal traders. We are also duty bound to take stock on the reflections and effect the necessary amendments, be it in matters concerning policy or permits. Change is not pain but a constant and necessary process in that our local government institutions have inherited a stream of suppressive and devilish policies that we continue to transform into living documents with so. Such an effort we cannot undertake on our own. The old approach, blatant harassment, belongs to the dustbins of history. Nothing and nothing at all about informal traders without taking consultation and seeking their insights and wisdom. This also extends to matters of capacity building. We ought to have a firm understanding of the needs of informal traders in applying a remedy. I am delighted that the CETA has ensured that the organizers bear a brief on mobilization, those ensuring that we engage the most appropriate stakeholder. In relation to the brief of this workshop, it is indeed of utmost importance that we embark on efforts of regulating the unregulated and restoring the unregistered business within the informal economy. Upholding compliance should also translate into an urge to make the transition from informal to formal trading. We also ought to uphold good practice, hence in undertaking the above, environmental concerns, labor issues and many shortcomings could be addressed. Therefore, this workshop is championed by the wholesale and retail sector will also serve as a call to government, various sectors and development funders to move at speed in reaching out. We are making a current call for more awareness, training and funding wherever it is possible. In conclusion, on behalf of the public representatives and officials of the Francisburg District, I wish to extend my utmost appreciation to the wholesale and retail sector for having forged this workshop collaboration with us through Wavugu Communications and Marketing. Yes, indeed, we are on a solid path of transmitting knowledge and information. I also do trust that the other 4 districts of the province will enjoy a similar privilege soon. But I want to tell you something about Remuti. Reo kono hotlako hoena 7:30 in the morning, 7:30, he'll knock on your door. He'll leave that office until Akupanelwell. Whether I get 6 o'clock or 7, as long as only let day, he'll stay there. Whether I get the job, I want to more facing. Ramolebo hele ngwana Kimba for tsama tsapo bathong ba rona. To the attendees, I wish you sound deliberations and trusting that this effort shall set you on a path of future business growth as well, collectively fight against the monster of inequality, unemployment and poverty. Please keep consulting the regional officers of the wholesale and retail sector now that the foundation has been laid. But you will not address our Lord Bakokai. Jagatao, Retao Mutibadira, Lenny, louder the same. After 7 when they open, you are there. If an official refuses to meet, you must stay there until you meet that official. I can't go into Alabama. Baholo Baronar la Pilego or Tiro Hadio, Maralbo Kondo Hitirati, Mafapa push or push or into the Temats of Palomo board, who recristal Tirolote, Abona Chumbaro. Masara Musokupa, Kuhore, Hotwa, who number 2 Oyatoropo. It 10 rand, takes or 12 rand. 12 rand. We must find a model of Reakubatu. We have community halls, we have everything that is close to our people, so we must find a way for Reakubatu. The Kupa for let's sing. 38 May Raho Vota. Raho Votela, Yore Morata, quite a la Pusho Kupi. Amanda. Bye, thank you, Program Director.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, let's give the Executive Mayor a round of applause. Now I'm going to request that we do 2 things. I know I did not start off with the ground rules. I've requested for permission to take off my jacket because the Mayor has spoken and we are welcome. So I'm going to request that if you have a cell phone, please put it in a mode that does not disturb us. Only phone, it's in a more silent thing, but follow discourage you. I know Gates or Raponale Matata about a bank Alcatel. I look for how Konobu insa waiting a more silent inside victory. Nay, currently victory. Alright. We also want to announce that CEDA is here. And I say too much of it. So we want to announce that CEDA is here. They're going to exhibit here outside for the young informal traders. So as we find time to go through to them during the process, we'll do that. Ladies and gentlemen, before we call on the next speaker, and this will be their final performance, we welcome back Amanda Dancer Teatro to quickly come back and render 1 item. As they are still coming, we also want to recognize amongst us the chairperson of the Kapa Bokone Informal Traders Association. They are here with us. Maybe what we need to do, because the dancers are still coming, let us then call on Mr. Hupstoot Jackals to come and address us. He's from the Kapa Bokone Informal Traders, which is an affiliate of Saita. We welcome him with a round of applause, please, ladies and gentlemen. Can we be generous until he gets here? Thank you very much, you're so kind. Request that Amanda must be ready.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, my name is Hupstoot Jackals, and I am the chairperson of Kapa Bokone Informal Traders Association. The existence of Kapa Bokone Informal Traders Association is to advocate for the rights of the informal traders, and also to be in solidarity with other associations, organizations like the informal mining community. Now, I also want to say thank you to WNR CETA for this opportunity. Of course, acknowledging the Executive Mayor of Francisburg Municipality and the Councillor. You will forgive me if I am not formal, because of course I'm not formal, I'm an informal trader. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you will allow me to give you a brief past of the informal sector. Previously in apartheid time, because me, I started trading in 1983. I was still very young by then. So the apartheid authorities would harass us and confiscate our things and so on and so on. But fortunately, after the democratic government came in, then we started gradually to get recognition. Now, it was difficult. If we were just sitting back and not doing anything, we would not have found a recognition. Just like the artisanal miners striving and fighting for their rights. If we were just sitting back while you are being harassed by the capitalists, we would not have been seated here. So we resisted oppression, we resisted the denial of our rights to the livelihood. So that is why we are here together. Now, as Kapabokoni Informal Traders Association, we would also like to work in solidarity with the artisanal miners, because an injury to one is an injury to all. We must share information amongst each other. If we have a problem, let us talk to one another. WNR CETA is not the first time they come with a program of empowering the informal traders in South Africa and in the Northern Cape for this matter. Like in 2015, WNR CETA came with the program called I2, Informal Traders Upliftment Project. It was all over the country. 1,000 informal traders were targeted. It was a beautiful thing. But unfortunately, the end result of that project did not bear fruit enough. If I may go deeper into it, it will take the whole day. But we have addressed it with the Minister of Small Business Development, Nuwe Zulu. So we are happy to see that this is happening again. So to WNR CETA and to all authorities, it is our humble plea that please, as we are seated here today about this program, let it also not just end up in the air. Let us realize the implementation of it. And I really very much thank the executive mayor of Francisburg District Municipality for committing himself to take us by the hand. Because, you know, when there is retrenchments in the big companies, where are those brothers and sisters, our fathers and mothers go? They come, they join us in the informal sector. They join the artisanal miners. They join the informal traders. So it is high time that government, not only national government, or not only provincial government or district, must acknowledge our importance in the economy, because we contribute so much to the economy. Now, I do agree and concur with the notion that there must be regulations. We must be registered so that we must know who is doing what, and so that we must also be protected. We must also be funded, as the mayor has just alluded to that. We must realize who to fund and to empower and so on. So if we are not regulated, we will not know exactly what to do and so on. So the other thing, comrades, as the mayor also, just 1 minute, as the mayor also has indicated that of SAITA, South African Informal Traders Alliance. SAITA is a national structure of which Kapa Bokone Informal Traders Association is affiliated to. And in that structure, I'm serving as the national organizer. So we are having a difficult time, Mr. Mayor, because every year, in fact twice a year, when we meet with national government, there are resolutions that we take. When we meet with the International Labour Organization, the national government, small business development, and the Department of Labour, we take resolutions that are up there. But now where these resolutions must be implemented, it is on the ground, which is the local government and the district municipality. Now in this instance, we are working closely, directly with the local municipality, so Plaigi municipality, directly with the LED under the chairmanship of Tate Petula's Tall. So we are still struggling, and at the moment we are still in the process of signing a memorandum of agreement. But I thank the district manager for today to come and commit himself that even if you go there 7 o'clock in the morning, just like Mr. Tapo Mutibi does, if you don't find him, you must sit there up until you find him there. So comrades and brothers and sisters, Kama Kalo, I say thank you very much.